What's happening, everybody? I am the OP Leprechaun, and welcome back to my Superflat survival world. We've had some progress, both good and bad. Definitely some bad, which is going to decide exactly what our day is going to look like today. So here's the good. Boom. There is a mountain where there used to be a dirt hill. I think it's definitely more appropriate for the size of the buildings next to it. I like it. I think I did a pretty decent job of freehanding this and turning it into something that looks like would actually occur. Here's the bad part. When I was working on this, I missed a couple of spots. And I was sitting over here just kind of AFKing, letting some farms run, and honestly, I was just trying to get another wandering trader to show up. And I'll give you a little sneak peek through a window there. Yeah, we had a little zombie invasion. So you can see I lost a couple because I don't actually have this world set on hard yet. I was planning on doing that just before I decided to zombify some villagers. So I did lose a couple up here. Thankfully, they didn't. I happened to hear the assault happening and made it in here before the zombie got up these stairs, so I didn't lose any of my librarian trades. But I lost, one of my clerics, one of my farmers, and one of my armor smiths. And then, yeah, they had a feast down here first. What I missed was right over here. There's not a whole lot of this area left. I'm slowly chipping away at this. It's all going to get brought down to bedrock. I knocked down this house right here. And if you look right up there where that torch is now, there was a spot that got missed. And there was one block that was a light level of 0. And so a zombie spawned there. Dropped on down here. I don't know what his AI was responding to, but he came on down here and he went for a feast, let me tell you. So, I did turn the villager breeder back on, and then kind of forgot about it for a while. There's just a few villagers in here. I mean, can we look at how many must be in that corner for that circle to be that thick? But before I can actually start getting those guys out and into useful jobs, I gotta heal these guys. Well, I don't have a way to make splash potions of weakness because I don't have any blaze rods to make blaze powder. So that is what we are going to do today. Oh, I do have more carrots. Good. Whew. I thought I was running low on carrots and I can't trade for him right now because he's a zombie. So I'm looking for... I gotta get all this cleaned out and get it down, including all of these. These need to get down. See, this is where the ground used to be, where I was building right there. Yeah, those all need to get down here. Okay, I know I have some somewhere. Oh, there we go. There's a couple of ender pearls. I want to bring a couple of those with me. I was gonna say, I was pretty sure I had a better shield than that one that was almost 2/3 broken. So I don't have any fire resistance potions or anything like that, so I definitely am gonna need a shield. All of my armor is in pretty good shape. I have blocks to block off hallways for wither skeletons, and if I do find a blaze spawner, I can block it off to make it more efficient. Plenty of stuff to make torches with. We're gonna pop on out of here. We're gonna go across the way and grab my horsey. We're gonna go find us the portal that we went through last episode that brought us to a fortress. Okay. I suppose one of these days I should spawn-proof this area, especially these slime chunks. It'll definitely make this a little bit easier to deal with, but for now, we are just going to go for a little visit to our friendly local fortress and make it a little safer. Actually, I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to put a sign here so that I know this is the fortress port. Ooh, hey! Hi, glowstone. Oh, and some gold. These are things that I do need. Is that a blaze spawner? Okay. I'm sorry. This looks way too much like I'm just cheating. It's just no matter what I do, there's no way to make that look like I'm not cheating. What the heck? Hey, we got our first blaze rod. Hey, there we go. How many did we get? 6. That's pretty dang good. Okay, I don't even know what to say to this. I don't. This is kind of impossible that my luck is this good. That, I mean, you guys were with me when I made this portal and it opened up into a fortress. I go, oh, hey, look, I wonder what's behind this wall. And did we get a blaze spotter right there behind some glowstone and some gold? This, honestly, is just a little bit ridiculous. If I wasn't playing it, I wouldn't believe it. Ooh, there's 2 of them. You know, I honestly don't know that I really need to get more than that right this second. I've not been lit on fire once. But man, wouldn't that just be a boring Nether episode if I didn't explore? Oh, no, the other thing I need to get, since I'm here, is Nether Wart. I definitely need to get some of that for making some potions. I don't need it for the potions of weakness, but I do need to get some backup, so we are going to venture a little more. Ooh, and I think I see a sword boy here. There we go. Hi! Did I just send you through the portal? I just sent them both through the portal. Yep, there we go. You knew it was going to happen eventually. Yeah! Alright, now let's see if I can get these boys to come chase me. Yes, I can. Can I get them both? Haha. Nothing good. But this is a good spot for spawning them. Back this way, see if we can find... Nope, that's all over here. Alright, I gotta go where that lava fall was, around the corner here. Now we have an Eye of Ender. And now we have an Ender chest. Let's get some of this stuff out of here that we don't need in here, but we want to keep handy. Alright, let's go find some Nether Wart. Is that another? It is another blaze spawner. There's 2 right next to each other. Alright. What is holding up that lava? I don't like it. I don't like it. Can somebody please explain that one to me? So here's the main entrance room, the traditional main entrance room. Ah, here we go. Stairs going down. Nether Wart. Alright, well, we can head on home, and that definitely was not too shabby for a first fortress run. Got hit a couple times, but never came close to biting the big one. So, we'll head on home, we'll swap out and give this boy a diamond upgrade, and let's get back to taking care of some villagers. And we are back over by the villager breeder. One of the first things we're going to do is, you know, just kind of guarantee we don't have to run out of this again. Alright, the rest we can use for potion brewing. Now, those guys are too far apart. These guys, I'm not 100% sure. I think I can hit those 2 for sure. That one. Nope, didn't get that one. Alright, well, you can have that one then. Oh, what a waste of potions, but whatever. They're all doing the shaky now, and life will be good. Can I get all 3 of these boys? Don't think I got them all. I did not. Alright, fine. There you go. It's a good thing I made this 6. I needed them. We'll let these boys do the shaky. And we will go ahead and come on back when they are all healed. Well, there we got our zombie doctor for the first one. The other ones should be following shortly thereafter. All right, there's all the boys upstairs. Works for me. Hey, one pumpkin, one melon for an emerald. I like those trades a lot better. And one for golden carrots. Same with this guy. And this guy. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, I had planned on converting these guys into zombies at some point. Just wasn't planning on doing it yet, because I wasn't set up for it yet. However, we can go through now and replace our villagers. These guys down here are all cured too. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna get some of these knuckleheads out of here because there's a lot of them in there. All right. Everything's repopulated. I do still have a couple of stubborn villagers down here who want to look at everything but their own workstation, so we're going to keep them from gossiping together until they decide to straighten up and fly right. And that's usually enough to get her done here. Alright, as you can tell, it's a bit noisier in here now. And I have some difficult patients who do not want to take their jobs. Got a couple down here, too. They're doing the same thing. That one and that one. The rest have all accepted their jobs, and they're moving on with life. But these guys just don't wanna. So we're gonna keep them isolated until they get it through their heads that they're stuck here, and this is their job now. While we're doing that, we are going to see about taking care of a little bit of automation. Specifically, the bees, which for some reason keep getting stuck like this. Does anybody else have this problem on their Superflat worlds where the bees just get stuck? So we're going to make a bee farm. We're going to make a sugarcane farm and get rid of this little wreath of green around so that I can actually see a little better around the base. The other thing that we are going to take care of is a moss farm. All of those are going to end up right down here over in this general vicinity right here. So yeah, the bee farm, that's not very tall. It's probably going to get stuck over here where I don't need height. So I might actually even put that over here by the Nether farm, just for the simple fact that it doesn't have to be tall. I could put it like right here and it would be plenty good. I'm not going to make a huge one like I did on my Perfect Grove world. I have no need to have that many bees and that much honey. I can do the exact same thing with 4 beehives and it'll be fine. I mean, look at how long I've had that shut off on the other world because it's just too much. It goes so fast. So, we'll get that taken care of. Then over here where I have some height to play with, Moss Farm is going to end up right over here where I have plenty of room. And Sugarcane Farm is just going to end up being right here. Quick progress update. Mudroom. I moved the furnace. So now I got all the lava buckets in there. A little bit of storage up here for some randomness. Boop. And we pop down here, and I've just about got the rest of the islands of dirt that were down here all cleaned up. I will probably replace these with some stone or cobble, and it doesn't need to be that big. I just need the one little foopy-doop, and probably 2 of those, and then I can go right back down, just for the villager breeder. Now, dirt storage, grass storage. We'll figure it out from there. Probably more dirt and grass. I moved the stone generator over to be part of this wall. I kind of like the way it turned out. You know, it makes it look like it's coming out of the wall instead of just sitting up somewhere, and it's right by these guys. So I'm gonna have some storage over here, a couple of barrels, and then some more chests for stone and cobblestone. And then once I start getting more other stones, I'm just going to spread that storage out over here. And I keep bullying this guy till he becomes a cleric. Or you might go for a lava bath, and I might just get a new one up here. It wouldn't be that hard to get a new one. I'm just saying, you might want to think about cooperating. Oh! Ha ha ha! Lava bath. Told you. Told you. Alright. Well, now that all these guys have finally taken jobs, I can take down this ugly wall here, and I can go back to building my farms. Alrighty, there we have our little sugarcane farm. I know this is slightly different from the traditional one that you're used to seeing, I'm sure. Using the target blocks instead of a solid block and repeaters. It's so much cheaper in resources when you have pretty big wheat farms. But it works exactly the same, so we get this one up here. Okay. So we'll get up top here, and it'll be just like it was with the repeater and everything else. Boom. observer. That kicks off just the one piston that it's attached to. It does not fire the whole lot of them, which some people agree with, some people disagree with. You know, I really could care less. So that is all said and done now. I really do appreciate the mangrove roots, especially around all the redstone components. It's really nice having a water source that's not going to flow all over the place when you least expect it. With it being a mud farm, and again, yes, does sugarcane and bamboo grow faster on sand than they do on dirt or mud? Yes, they do. However, mud is technically not a whole block. So you can put hoppers right on the bottom of the mud, and it'll suck it right through. So it is now, with this, a zero loss farm. Every once in a while, you'll get a funky piece that wants to sit on top of the other stocks. So yeah, you'll get one or two pieces lost, but it is so much better than having to have a water channel down the middle and make this, well, it would end up being 3 blocks wider, because 1 block more for the water channel in the middle, and then another solid block this way for the repeater to run to get the redstone down to there. It's just, it's so much better, so much more resource efficient to use the hay bales. So I figured that out a little while ago. I have not gotten a chance to implement that in a world. I just happened to see Ethos Lab using it for a completely different farm, something totally unrelated, and I went, huh, you know, I bet you I could do that. And then I did. So I'm sure other people have done this. I can guarantee you I did not invent this. This is my sugarcane farm. I also use it for a bamboo farm. That is one farm down in this little area here. We'll let it run for a while I'm sorting out all this stuff. Once this starts ramping up a little bit, it actually goes pretty quick. And I could put another module right next to it here. I have enough room for that. So if I find that my needs are far outstripping my production, I'll just build another farm. Okay, that is the honey farm. Except for the beehives that actually need to go in there once it turns night again. The whole premise behind this is pretty simple. You put the hives on top of the mud here. The bees come out for the flowers. Normally, I don't give myself a way to get in there. But the way this one has been behaving on this world, the bees keep getting stuck. So I'm just kind of giving myself a little route to enter just in case I need to go in there and unstuck them. But we'll see how that goes. Whole idea behind it. So beehives, when they are full of honey, give off a redstone signal of 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it hits this repeater, which activates this piston, which pushes that block down so that the comparator does not have anything to read against. Passes a signal to that repeater, which fires off the dispenser. The whole reason for having the piston push this out of the way is so that the dispenser doesn't double fire. And there you go. That's the whole thing. As per usual with dispensers, you want to make sure that all 9 slots have a full stack of bottles, or as much as you can manage. This one over here has shears. So that one is going to give me honeycomb. The rest are going to give me honey bottles. I might swap that to give myself more honeycomb later on. Not a big deal if I do decide to do so. But that's it. That's the whole honey farm. Well, at least until, what time is it? It is almost nighttime. And then I can go and collect my beehives with my Silk Touch axe. Oh, yes. That is uber important to remember to grab the Silk Touch. So we will go and hit the ender chest real quick and swap these out just so there's no mistaking it whatsoever. All right, I think it is nighttime and all the bees are at home. So we're going to go ahead and pick them all up. And now I pretty much expect these to fire off as soon. Yep. Didn't even get a chance for the hoppers to pick it up because I'm sitting here and they're all full and ready to be harvested. And we'll have one natural bee nest. Works exactly the same. There is our bee farm in all of its glory. So now, tomorrow morning, when they start coming out of there... Oh yeah, look, see? The honeycomb went in there where it's supposed to. Honey bottle firing off. They all work. They all function. Bee buzzes happily. I'll take that. And hopefully they're confined enough... Yeah, they bump into each other instead of... Yeah, there we go. I don't think I'm going to have to get back in there anytime, but I do have that door there right there, just in case they do. Like this guy, it looks like he's a little stuck, but I don't think that's gonna be a problem because I think, yep, there he goes. Perfect. The last farm down here we want to worry about for today is a moss farm. I'm gonna go collect some bone meal from over at the mob farm over there, and then we can I can clean up all these campfires and trapdoors. They don't need to be here anymore. So we just need enough bone meal to start it. And then from there, we can usually keep enough bone meal being produced by it to kind of do itself. Now, this isn't an auto one where it automatically goes back in. I actually have had some problems with those ones and their reliability, especially if they're across chunk borders, which I haven't even looked at yet. Let's take a look right here, because I think I want to build the farm directly underneath that. Yeah, because that's too low. So I think that is going to be where our farm is located, is right here. So I'm going to try and get it all inside this chunk. And hopefully this is tall enough to afford me the ability to have a little bit of extra storage. That's the problem with trying to put them all underground here, is just the fact that I'm limited on the amount of storage when they run into things. I'm going to do a little testing around. I'm going to count how many blocks up I need and see what I can get away with. And I will come back after that. Okay, we are back under the hill here, and so I did some measuring, I did some counting, and unfortunately, as much as I wanted to cram all of my farms underneath here, it's just not going to fit. There's not really a good spot under here that will be tall enough for me to be able to have more than just like a single double chest storage, and this farm will fill that up halfway through a cycle. There's no way to reasonably keep up with that. So what we're going to do instead is I've gathered up all the materials and I have them over at the spawn chunks, but it looks like I'm going to need to sleep before we head over there. I got to get some paths going here so I don't have to jump all this stuff. That's definitely on the docket as well. I've had one more wandering trader show up, and the only thing he had worth buying was blue ice. Everything else he had was just flowers. I did buy some more blue orchids from him just because, you know, I'm limited on the... There's a lot of creepers right there. Whew. Limited on the ability to get blue orchids, so I did buy another round of those. As we can see over here, I have cleared out one of the mangrove trees, which is no big deal, because I still have plenty of room over there if I want to grow some more. And we are going to keep this in the spawn chunks, and we are going to set it up this high. So this is a little bit higher than it needs to be, but it allows me to have more room for storage, as well as the room underneath to add 2 more layers of storage if I so choose. Actually, 3, because I can do 1 at the dirt level and 2 underneath it. So it gives me lots of options for my storage on this. So I'm not going to use a tutorial for this. This is not my design. I found it about a year ago when I was working in my Perfect Grove world. And so basically all I'm actually going to do right now, I'm just going to kind of build it as I remember it. I am using some screenshots, some reference photos, but I'm going to try as much as possible to build this without having to refer back to a tutorial. So basically what this is 4 small stone generators, all timed to work together. So as I was saying, what this basically is 4 separate stone generators that are all working together. And as you can see, we just repeat this pattern, all 4 cardinal directions. And what we gain from that is 4 small stone generators that are going 2 blocks at a time, all coming together right in the center around 1 block of moss, with a dispenser coming up from underneath it. Next thing I want to do is place some of the glass that is going to keep the stone generator working correctly. And that is where our moss block goes. Before we go any further, we'll go ahead and drop that in there. Alright, we have our flowing water, and I really like the whole waterlogged stairs. I know I've said it before, but it just makes all of these farms so much better when you're not at risk of losing your water source when you're playing with lava. Okay, that is the last of our water. So we're almost there. One thing that I definitely need to do is get the rest of the pistons involved here before I add the lava. All right, that's where a little trap door is going to be, because that'll kick me down a notch. Alrighty. If you ever wonder how you're supposed to do all this stuff like this, where it's only the one wide, that trapdoor is your friend right there. Okay, so now we got that part taken care of. Now we can start adding lava. Do you think maybe I should put this one in last? I'm not saying, I'm just saying. I keep screwing that up. When you get right down to it, I don't actually need to have lava sources in both of them, but it does work nicer if you have it all be sources from the get-go. You don't need it, but it's nice to have. And from here, it's actually pretty darn simple. That's a building block, that's a building block. That one can be glass. And again, this one's going to be glass because it's actually there to break up the redstone signal. That one is a solid block, and then I need a repeater. And put that all the way back to 4 ticks. Then we need some redstone. And this one also needs to get swapped out for building block, so that it can carry a redstone signal down to there. All right, now this is the one that can get a little bit funky when it comes to where blocks get placed. So we definitely for sure need to have redstone dust on all of these. But I do put one of those there and then some glass so I don't fall in the hole, and it breaks up the redstone signal there and there. Okay. That's all the farther I'm going to go down there for now. I'm going to get the top finished up. And from here, we just are actually repeating everything we did over on the other side. With the repeater here on 4 ticks. And then the building blocks. This one being a glass block. All right, now it's time for the fun down here. Okay, so we're going to have all of our hoppers are going to be going into chest right here. Okay, so now everything... Yeah, I needed to go there. So now everything is going to be leading into these hoppers here. Are the ones that everything goes into for this whole project here. Alright, so all those hoppers are leading into one of these ones, which goes into there. So now the fun begins of remembering how the wiring on this goes. That's the part that I typically struggle with the most, is figuring out wiring, order of operations for this stuff. It's just not my jam. Redstone dust. Redstone dust. So that I can go like that. Okay. And that is all the way to 4. Okay. So now we have power going to this, which then sends power through this repeater up the stack over here to the very tipsy top here, and then it is connected by that repeater and that repeater to all of these pistons that run the stone generator. So the dispenser fires first. Okay, so next I need to figure out the rest of the timing for how to power this. All right, so I have the rest of those. I need my sticky piston, my slime block, my observer. I have plenty of building blocks, so we're just going to go from there. All right, let's see if this all works the way it says it should. That one. It's all going this way, all at 4 ticks. Yep. All right. And our observer goes down like so. And then we have the block. This is a sticky piston. And the slime block. So now I go to sweep real quick. I get a lever to put on this. Okay, so we got our lever. And we need to get ourselves some stacks of bone meal, which is not gonna be a problem. So one of the reasons for building it over here is it's real close to the mob farm. Though I do have a new project I'm going to work on over there for a mob farm for when I'm over there that I will explain to you guys later. But we can go like that. We can get all 9 stacks in here. So now, this is one of the problems that I have with this farm. I love this farm for how reliable it is. It just works, you know? I don't have any misfires with this. I don't have to sit there and watch it in case some cobble shows up. I've never had that happen. The one thing I don't like about it is how difficult it makes it to auto-fill bone meal. I'm sure there must be a way to do it, but yeah. So if we slap that there, turn that on. Hey, everything is working. So we watch this. All of the floating blocks get smashed down by the pistons, which then allows them to get picked up by the hoppers. And the stone generator just crushes all that stuff, and it's literally all about the timing. I understand all of the fundamentals of these, except for how to figure out the timing. That is my biggest downfall as a redstone user. But as you can see, we are now getting access to basically unlimited all of the moss blocks. So we are going to grab some hoppers, a few more chests, and we're going to expand our storage for this a little bit more. All right, so now I have 6 double chests worth of room. This will fill that up pretty handily, but not a big deal because, again, like I said, I do have all the room underneath here to expand this 3 more double chests down, and I can actually expand that into even more if I really want to. But I don't think I'll have to worry about it too much. This farm is a run as needed. It is not a run in the background all the time because I have to refill it with bone meal. That was not a bad little project. It's a fairly compact farm. It's kind of tall. It is 6 blocks from top to bottom, which is why it wouldn't fit in over there if I wanted to have any kind of storage without breaking out any bedrock. Now, if I wanted to break out bedrock, I mean, I don't have any TNT yet, because I haven't done any sand duping yet, but that's probably going to happen fairly soon here because I do need to get access to more sand, and I would like to get access to TNT. So we're probably going to start duping sand. Maybe next episode we'll go fight the Ender Dragon, and then we'll be able to set everything up for sand duping. As it is right now, we got this going on. And this takes about 20 minutes to run through an entire dispenser full of bone meal. And in that time, as you can see, we're already getting quite a few. I don't think any... Oh, there are stuff showing up on both sides. Good, 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 good. I was worried it wasn't going to split it very well between that side and that side, but it is absolutely doing exactly that. So, good deal. We're starting to get plenty of moss carpet, so I can finally stay away from the slimes. All right, everyone. I think that is where we're going to call it for today. Not a bad little day, huh? Running through my first fortress in the Nether, getting a couple of auto farms built and up and running, and a little sneak peek for what's coming up next week's episode, the wall behind me. But there's so much more going on. So for the end of this, I did end up expanding the storage even more. We have so much moss and plenty of moss carpet. I've used so much moss carpet, it's not even funny. As well as we got our flowering azaleas and our regular azaleas. With that being said, thanks everyone for coming back for another episode on my Superflat world. Do me a favor, leave a comment in the comment section, throw a like my way if you feel like it, and consider subscribing. I have been the OP Leprechaun, and thank you so much for coming back to my Superflat world. We will see you on the next one. Bye!